Okay, okay, are we good?
Hello, hello.
Okay, okay, are we good? I think we're good.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
We are only 5 minutes into this. We haven't missed too much. Sorry about all of that. I am to blame. So what do we have these drafts? Would you care to fill me in?
Yeah, for sure. I think there wasn't anything too unexpected about the draft. Samira was picked first with an outside for the Catapult, and on the other hand, Fashion Rat's drafting a lot of hard CC to counter that. We were a little excited for the Pantheon jungle pick because we feel like the Evelyn is also a carry style jungler, but we find much success lasting. And it seems like so far they're doing better with this Pantheon.
Yeah, I think that was a good summary.
Looks good. I like the Samira comp. Glad to see that that is starting to pick up traction among a lot of people. Even picking away the Pantheon jungle, I don't know if you said this, but like picking away the Pantheon does keep it away from being a Samira counter, so that's cool.
Yeah, that was because they first picked Samira, and then the next two picks were Leona and Pantheon. So they got strong picks for themselves while denying things that countered the Samira. So it was pretty smart. Pantheon, okay, he's fine. He's gonna eat some fruit.
There's some fruits for him.
He's a happy man coming back with the smite.
Yep, and there will be a first trick secured for the side, and that's accelerating the dominant they're showing.
Oh, okay, okay. Can you swap the Galler to being support, Ben? Because you have him as mid lane
Oh,
right
sure,
now.
yeah.
There we go. I looked at that and I was like, wow, the mid laner has 15 CS right now.
Doing well, doing well. I have been there as a mid laner, so I wouldn't put it past it.
My mid lane is about that good too, so.
So
okay.
Pantheon's playing a very dangerous game today, but that's okay.
Yeah.
he's into a moo.
That he is going to be on his first back and getting some items, it seems.
Both junglers, not level 6 yet. Both have huge level 6 power spikes. Probably 1 or 2 camps away. Amumu might hit it off Gromp here, we'll see.
Okay, the Leon does go in, but the Samira wasn't quite in range to do any full damage, and we see a pretty good example of how Galio's pretty good counter into that hard engage with the taunt.
Yeah, it's gonna be up to the Leona to get on top of the Vayne here.
Yeah,
If the Senna's blade,
the Samira is definitely ahead with that kill on the Vayne, but the CS is actually pretty even between the DCs right now.
yeah, Ignite is about up for Freyra, and with Samira,
It's just getting some nice turret plating and growing a pretty significant CS lead over the curve.
Amumu and Panth. Okay, Amumu did hit 6 off Wolves there. Panth will probably hit it off this Gromp as well, or he'll have to do his Wolves for it. Okay, yeah, he's 6 off Gromp as well, so we'll have to look for some plays around the map with these abilities. Might be starting a Herald here. Looks like that's the case.
Looks like they're going for that objective, and the Morgana did walk all the way down to bot lane just to be spotted by a ward, so nothing did come out of that roam. It does seem like Blueside is trying to zone off and bully red team a little bit right now, because they will be hitting 6 first.
The Orange still soloing this Herald. Pantheon coming back now.
Getting a little bit of help from jungler is definitely welcome. The Amumu is very close by, so I'm not sure if they're suspecting it, or if they will go for a challenge. It is being spotted.
Okay, they have secured and they gave it to the Ornn, interestingly enough, so he might get some plates for himself with that.
Yeah, I think it's very important to help this Ornn, and he's doing a very significant damage into this Karma with the Ornn being used. That's not quite enough to finish up the Karma though with the shield power that she. Surprised there's no fight breaking out in bot lane, frankly, given the Leona R that's going to enable the Samira to do a lot more damage as well.
Yeah, Pantheon might be looking after this Scuttle to dive. We'll have to see. The Vayne is put behind, so this could be the could be a play, but it seems like they're just gonna take the scuttle. Maybe a
That's where
Gromp
they're
as well.
getting. Maybe they're looking for blue, but I think it would just be a deep ward that blue side is trying to get. It is to set up for that dive, it seems. Oh, Grump.
only the
we
major
love
objectives. Giving
that.
it to the Samira.
Very important objective. Junglers die for that in pro play, so you know.
Yeah, Amumu's gonna be devastated.
Oh, that's yeah, that's not a fun surprise for the Amumu when he walks back into the jungle. Yeah, but that's very good rotation and communication from blue side for sure. So
Yeah.
definitely appreciate that. Yeah. Like red side is walking down. Might be that they're just prepping for this Drake that's about to spawn.
Okay. Okay, once again, Cattle Queens is blue side, Fashion Rats is red. Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like the Ornn is gonna secure this first turret right here with the charge of the Herald. And he did grab all 5 plates for himself. So
Yeah,
with
that's a
that
lot
CS
of
lead as
gold in his
well,
pockets.
it's a lot of gold. And especially, well, I guess the first turret gold didn't go to him directly, but that's still some more money to be shared among the team. Leona is looking. Mid lane is just having a fun pushing game.
Yeah, the Orianna actually having pretty great CS this game. She's gotten herself a 40 CS lead.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Leona's pretty tanky. I hear Ornn horns in the background. But, okay, there's gonna be a dark binding over the wall, but again, onto a tanky member. The Ornn is walking down for this fight, so I guess we're expecting a 5-on-5 for this Ocean Drake right here. Leona locks in onto the Vayne EQR combos. There's gonna be a TP that
Ornn in the
comes in.
middle of
Oh,
them.
that Ornn into the middle of the team fight.
Oh, interrupted.
Will be interrupted by. Ooh. Okay, clearly. Yeah, that was just a lot of wombo combo that we're not doing a great job of preparing with. But I think in short, the Ornn TP in order to try to catch the Vayne, which Freyra was on this whole time for sure, but it wasn't able to be executed because of the Amumu ultimate, the Galio ultimate, that in the end just did way too much damage, and just resulted in a kill and also a Drake being handed over.
Yeah, great CC to interrupt the Ornn ult second cast there. Could have been a different fight if that goes off and hits probably 3 people, so good job on that.
They were pretty lined up, and in the jungle there's not a lot of space for you to be, I guess. I really appreciate how Freyra's going in and playing aggressive, but I think it was true that there was no follow-up from the team necessarily there. She saw a very good Zenith Blade onto the Vayne, but by herself, Leona isn't quite able. Yeah, so it does seem like she's in a bit of a trouble here. Samira is gonna rotate, but so is the enemy mid laner.
Yeah, this should be okay. Yeah, oh, back to her team.
Oh, actually, she's gonna E out, and then Samira is gonna try a 1v5 play right here. The Galio taunt did interrupt that, but the heal is gonna come through, and she is able to take down 2 kills before she's shut down. Again, they're looking onto the Vayne. The Orianna ult does end up just grabbing an easy double kill. So in the end, it was the 3-4-3 skirmish, I guess, in the bot side. The Orianna is actually looking for more here, but I'm not sure if she will be able to get anything else given how she has no ultimate.
Yeah, no more mana.
On the Q lands. Yep, that's the end of the trade there. That being said, the Ornn is doing some nice damage onto this Karma top right here.
Okay, so once again, the worry here is that the Cattle Queen's Pantheon is going to start falling off against this Amumu.
That is true. We're actually looking to see if this Ornn is able to disengage from 3 people. He does land a 3-man Ornn ult, but it's not quite enough.
Yeah, too far out there.
Yeah, I think that's the danger of having that first turret lead. You're kind of forced to push it there. Actually, structure that has folded so far in this game. Leona, great R onto the Vayne, EQ, she's just CC for days under turret.
Ooh.
The Samira is tanking a lot of damage, and it will
Execute
actually
that.
be an execute there for the turret. And Freya on the support picks up the kill into the Vayne.
Morgana squeaking out of there, barely.
Yep, she didn't want Not a good fight for her to be. I guess it was lucky that Samira was killed by turret instead of the Vayne, but unlucky that they weren't quite able to juggle that turret aggro effectively to execute that dive. It is also true that the Samira had to heal in the earlier skirmish bot side for that 3v3 trade.
Yeah, she.
Ooh, the
I don't
Orianna
know.
ult just misses, and that's going to make her very vulnerable to the Leona engage. That being said, the Leona is under turret, and the Galio are would keep her there for a little too long for Leona.
Yeah, good Galio out there. Good heads up play from Sharp Otter 6 with that.
And that being said, the Orianna is now definitely accelerated with 3 kills. And a very nice kill.
Yeah, she's got a great CS lead for herself. She's happy for sure. Should be able to get some good ultis here with the Amumu setup and the Galio setup as well.
For sure. And we've already seen some pretty good ultimates from her. I think the only one she's missed so far is the one we just saw. And that was a little bit more protective. The other one has been more aggressive. That team is going to look to secure their Rift Herald over here, and it doesn't seem like the Ornn is looking, but I'm not sure if there's anything they're able to do here. No, and it will be Rift Herald secured by the MMO.
Yeah, this should be. The Cattle Queens actually has a gold lead, but I only imagine these fights are going to get harder with the Amumu ult having so much more team fight power than a Pantheon ult. Diving here.
That being said, we're just diving yet again. Oh, this is going to be another unfortunate.
Ooh. Shield bow from Vayne. The sustain really saving her there. The heal is well blown.
Yeah, Leona's looking to run. Amumu is over the side. The Q just misses, so she is probably going to be staying alive for a little bit longer. But I think that was another great example of Orianna really utilizing her TP advantage there.
Amumu ult.
Okay, Amumu does ult for it. They catch the Pantheon, and that's going to be instantly deleted. The Ornn hits 3 people. They are continuing looking to fight, but with the taunt, I think it is time for them to disengage on blue side.
Yeah, they can't look to turn that without the Smear there. They're just going to get run down here.
Yeah, they were taking a while to chase down the Ornn just to...
Another one for the Amumu.
Not yet!
Alright.
The Amumu does pick up the kill in the end, and that
it.
will be a dragon play. Samira is up, and she is looking to check, but it's a little difficult to imagine that she'll be able to do it.
Yeah, that should be a give there. Looking to Q poke, but
just poking a little bit, you know, that damage.
Pantheon ulting in this.
Pantheon actually ults in.
He has flash, but okay, gets out of there.
That's an interesting play. Okay, so we are experiencing a pause because the support is having some sort of mouse issue, it seems.
Yeah, there was a pause for mouse issues from someone in the last game as well, I believe.
Okay.
So that might have cropped back up.
Yeah, the beginner had an ABC mouse issue. That's okay. So I guess it's perfect time for us to slow down and, I guess, debrief what has happened so far.
Yeah, it's hard to get any little toxin when there's so much fighting across the map.
We were kind of like that as viewers, but
one thing of note is the Ori with a fully stacked Dark Seal.
well, that is very true.
She might be looking to upgrade that to a Mesh Ice. I think with how the game's playing out, that'd actually be the right move here. She should be pretty difficult to kill with how ahead she is. And all the peeling and shielding.
And also there's there's a lot of peel, there's a front line, very tanky, and then Galio that's able to stand in front. There's some speed buffs from the Karma. Yeah, I think she can just sit back and just do her some of the damage. I think you were talking about how there was a gold lead before the last fight, just before Dragon for blue side actually, but the fights are getting harder and harder for them, and we definitely saw that.
Even when blue side had the gold lead. It
Yeah,
felt
it
rough.
wasn't that significant. Yeah. I guess part of it is because there's a small CS lead in Samira over the Vayne, and there's a pretty significant CS lead from the Ornn over the Karma. But none of them was able to be transitioned into a left kill threat, especially into the wall available. That being said, how do we feel like blue team should get themselves back into the game?
It's pretty difficult here, especially since they just used Panthal and kind of came up empty-handed there. Taking these 5-on-5 fights, if red team plays it properly, I mean, blue team shouldn't be able to win it. There's so much healing, there's so much peel. The Vayne stealth plays a big role too. The Pantheon can't really flash, stun the Vayne if she just tumbles away and is
Goes
invisible. Yeah. So I would
definitely
recommend probably looking for picks and side lanes with the Pantheon ult, but it's pretty difficult because the way that this team is drafted is to team fight, but they with like Morgana, right? Morgana's not really a side lane split push champ. Neither is Ornn, so
Right.
it's going to be a difficult game for blue team here.
There's just some copy pasta that's happening in the chat. But I guess it is true that. Sorry. The Siri. Okay. I was just reading the chat to make sure. But it is true that the Amumu has also been performing really well in this game, and we should definitely bring some attention to that as well. The Amumu Ars has been very on point this game, and that has definitely created a lot of kill pressure on red side for sure in this game.
This is a good copy pasta. I support this.
Yeah. It's not a copy pasta if people don't join in, but that's okay.
That's true.
We're not trying to recreate last night, the day before. That was some chaotic game energy. I'm not sure if you weren't there, if you were there to witness.
Yeah, I wasn't there for it, sadly.
Yeah, I think, someone doing a lot of copy pasting was definitely banned because they thought they would add bot for multiple times actually. So
it's too bad.
friendly banter. It's too bad. I'm not sure we wanted to see more of that, but
Wow, I don't know what the copy pasta was, so yeah, if it was a bot,
it was pretty good.
It's probably not for the best though. Yeah, how does cattle queens, yes. How do cattle queens win this game? It's tough. I mean, if you can find a fight where like maybe beforehand the Amumu ult's not back up yet, maybe the Amumu ult's one person for a pick, and then maybe you can win a 5v5, but they do have Samira, so there's the Samira factor. But it should be difficult.
The Samira factor. Yeah. She's doing well, but I don't think she's no longer that much ahead. And it is true that Vayne's a very good scaling champion.
Yeah, the fashion.
So I guess it will be the setup. I guess it is true the Morgana Black Shield needs to be on the Samira and at really good times.
Yeah, I mean, looking
it's
at
actually
it,
pretty possible.
Looking at it again, she's about all their damage in a team fight. I mean, you have a Pantheon jungle, Ornn top, Morgana mid. These champions are not going to be dealing that much damage in team fights, so it's really on the Samira. Well, for the team to support the Samira and try to get her to be safe during that ulti and to get it off.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. The Morgana is going for the AP build here, so
there's some AP damage that's to balance out the top jungle and ADC picks that are going to be AD heavy. I guess in that sense, it's probably easier for Cattle Queens to go for picks here, because we saw that the Leona was very good at just landing her Zenith Blade, and then that leads to 10 seconds of CC, which apparently needs to be buffed some further according to some players in this club. But I think the problem there was just there wasn't really a team to follow up on it, and so you just get a very lonely Leona that's flanking at the Vayne, who just tumbles away from you and condemns you into the jungle. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Samira with Black Shield is definitely huge. I think we should definitely keep our eyes out on that
For sure.
in the next fights. Because I'm just thinking, like, what would you want the Black Shield to block out? I'm thinking it's probably the removal.
You were kind of cutting out there, I think. I kind of missed the last part of that.
Sorry about that.
Oh. Okay, we're still waiting.
There
Shoot.
is some buzzing sound. Is what I
Yeah,
hear.
there's a buzzing sound, I think, coming from your mic, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, let's try to fix that. They're trying to order a new mouse. Okay. I'm confused. Sorry, but I was saying that, like, the Samira, is there anything? Okay, there's nothing important going on in chat right now. I'm reading the in-game chat. Sorry, friends, for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it is true that some of our viewers are pointing out that the Black Shield is only so useful against RCC. It will break if you do enough damage into it. And that's definitely a valid concern, especially given the Oriana that's getting very ahead with that 10 stacks on the Dark Seal.
Do let me know if this is better.
There's no more buzzing. I think you're a little bit quieter, but I can just turn it for myself. I think it's better. I mean, we can see it.
Okay, so we'll stick with this. We're muting game audio. That's the best part of League of Legends. Yeah. Oh. The buzzing sound was coming from the sweeper on Leona. That is so interesting. I didn't know that's a thing.
Oh yeah, my Twitch stream was muted, so I guess I wasn't. I'm not sure. Oh, there were two noises. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think there was one from your mic and one from.
I hope both are fixed now. You'll
Thanks.
just get our beautiful voices instead of, But we want to hear the horn horns. I feel like that's like hearing a Scion ultimate. It brings joy or fear depending on which side you're at.
Yeah, there's definitely some in-game noises that bring fear. The Warwick noise when he's hunting you down. That's a.
Oh, that one's also pretty rough.
That
But
one's...
it's no longer as bad as before the rework on Warwick, I would say, when the ultimate was point and click. It's pretty hard to miss the R still. But
honestly, I love playing old Warwick. It was so goofy.
Brain turns off.
It was great. His E was a toggle. I don't remember what it did. It was a goofy champ.
Yeah, we're just still resolving. I'm not sure if we have a fix yet. I don't think 2-hour Amazon mouse delivery is happening. So here we are waiting a little bit longer to see if the issue can be resolved. There's because Brian's watching and commenting. How do you feel about this Leona pick, Danny? I'm a little biased, so I think you should go first.
Okay, I don't really. Maybe there's some meme going about Leon in the Yale esports. I'm not.
There is, because Brian played it 3 games in a row yesterday in their tournament match.
Did he do great or did he do not so great?
Well, they lost in the end, 1-2 in the series.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was a Leona diff. He insists it is. How do you feel about it?
Right, so you're saying Leona's the reason they lost? Because
In
they
his
lost,
words,
right?
Leona is weak.
Oh. No, is he serious about that or no? I don't know. Leona's super strong in pro, and Leona's not. Like, sometimes, right, if Akali's super strong in pro, it doesn't mean, like, Akali's good at all levels, because Akali's so
Of course.
hard. But Leona's
Yeah.
not. There's some things you can do with her. But at the end of the day, she's pretty straightforward. So I feel like if
Right.
Leona's being picked at the highest level, then I feel like she's pretty solid all the way down. It's like if a Mumu is being picked at the highest level, right? It's like
Right. The
everyone
champ
can kind
itself.
of pilot a Mumu. So
Yeah.
I would
But
say
I think the
Leona's
difference.
in a good spot.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the difference here is that, team comp makes a huge difference. And personally, my
Oh,
win rate
okay.
on my win rate on Leona and Flex is 100% and 20% in solo queue. So is that the champion or is that the team? We're not sure.
Okay. Yeah.
So
When was it picked in this draft? Let me go back and look at it.
I believe they picked it second.
Yeah,
They
so
tried it right after the Samira.
they picked Samira, and then the
Mhm.
enemy was Karma Vayne, and they went Leona Pantheon.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, it's not crazy, but I feel like it's fine there. Like, Samira Leona's a strong lane. You do want CC to get on the Vayne.
hmm
I don't feel like it's the way the rest of the comp rounded out. I think it's fine, but I don't think it's a crazy good pick here, right? Like there's some comps where there's a Leona in the team, and you're just like, wow, that Leona is like a Leona Sejuani, where they're both melees. They proc the Sejuani thing fast. The Leona even has like an auto reset, so she helps that faster. That's like really that's where Leona gets a ton of value with like a pick like that next to her.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But then the other thing in discussion here is that instead of going in on a Leona, I think it could be true that she should be playing a little bit more passive, a little bit more on peeling duty here, because you can literally just stand next to Samira and queue anyone that tries to go in on her. And that could be a better use of her kit into the specific team comp, as compared to, Zenith Blade into the enemy team. We saw a pretty far chase by the Leona
Yeah.
into the enemy jungle.
Yeah,
So.
like we already talked about, Samira is really bringing almost all of the team fight damage here. And sure, the Morgana has AP, but the Samira's your hard carry here. And so yeah, the Leona should probably be supporting that. If it's peel, she should support the peel. If the Samira's about to go in, she should go forward with her.
The comp is just very different on the two sides, right? Because Red side is really just looking for team fights. That's where they exceed at. The Karma's not going to be able to match anyone in the sidelines, unfortunately, at this point in the game. She went for the Moonstone Renewer as her mythic item, so really not looking for damage here. With compared, also added on with their AOE ultimates, that's going to be really helpful. So blue side does need to play for picks likely. I'm not sure hunting people down in the jungle is the play to go for here. It seems a little adventurous, but you never know, I guess.
One of the teams typed that they were ready whenever the other person was that the person with the mouse issue, I hope.
Okay, so that's promising.
I hope that we're getting there. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough
Yeah.
This is a tough game to play out from blue side, because all of the CC from red side is just so unavoidable, right? If the Amumu or Ori Ball or Galio, like, it's just team fighting so hard.
Like you can flash out of one of them once.
Yeah, or the black shield
again.
blocks one, right? But then either of those
if
hits
you,
you.
if, I'm pretty sure at this point one Ori Q can take away that black shield completely.
Yeah,
just with the
even that.
damage. So that's not going to be very very fun. It does seem like red team drafted a very straightforward win condition and composition, right? Like you win 5v5s. That's what you're trying to do. Whereas blue side has to go for some funky plays here and there.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair game plan, just to take the bet, especially on game 3. Kind of just go for like a, let's not do anything complicated. Let's just team fight and we outscale with Vayne Mumu team fighting, and we just kind of hang out.
Yeah, it's definitely working pretty well for them right now. We shall see how this continues to go. We are almost running out of this pause timer, so maybe
Yeah, I
that's
might
good
have
news.
had false hope. I don't. I was so ready for it to
Yeah, the
get started
chat
again.
goes are no wait jokes. So I'm not sure if that's really promising right here.
I guess if we talk items, we
Sure.
already kind of talked about the dark seal. I think. Oh, unless we're okay. No, we're not ready to go yet.
You guys are writing your thesis or something.
I
All
think
right.
like the Panth going. I think the Panth should have followed his solo laners here and probably gone Mercs over Tabbies. Because if you look at how much CC and AP damage Red Team has, I think that's for sure the better boot. So I think that's kind of somewhat of a mistake on that type of boot. Because all you're reducing is
Yeah,
like
it
the Vayne auto damage, which isn't as
hurts,
important.
but she does true damage.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's anything else too exciting. Everything else seems pretty standard.
someone's telling you to flame harder.
For me to
Not
play
sure.
hard.
Yeah, the chat is telling you to just rip them apart.
No.
I don't think it's necessarily that bad. Like Merc Tread has its value for sure. But if the Pantheon went for an early second boots. Okay, now there's just some trash talking endgame. Perfect. But other than that, the other items to watch out for, Gale Force is honestly just standard on ADCs right now, so there's no surprises there on both the Vayne and the Samira. And then
are those shield bows though?
I can't tell.
I don't. Yeah, okay, they're shield bows.
They're Immortal Shield Balls.
Yeah. Because Samir really likes that item, and then I don't know what Vaynes are doing typically, but the Vayne building shield bow kind of saved her earlier when she was being dove. She got a lot of health back and was able to live. That was a while back. Since we've been in a pause for 20 minutes.
This game feels like last game. A whole game can pass. But the bot lane has pretty much stabilized at this point. Like the items are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
What is that item on Galio?
Is it?
It is Chem Tank. Okay.
Oh, okay, it's Chem Tank.
That's an interesting item actually. It's also viable on Leona technically, but she decided to go for the Locket instead. I don't know.
Yeah,
it could be actually more interesting the other way around. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure what Galio supports are typically doing. I think Chem Tank's fine. I've seen like Alistar run it in pro play. That looked really good.
Yeah, they did also buff or balance the item this patch, so it's been getting a lot more attention and use.
Yeah, I think. Because the gold
Locket.
cost got reduced, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think that's true. Ben is typing sad face into chat as we continue to wait a little bit longer. Is there any way to see how many times Orn has used Grasp? Question at Ben.
I don't think so. We can check runes on op.gg, but it's not like op.gg will track the runes as the game happens. Since we're really grasping at straws, I can actually go to op.gg and look at some runes and maybe have some thoughts on them.
Yeah.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. I know still not. The Amumu ran Conqueror. Is that what? I haven't seen an Amumu this season, to be honest. But is that what Amumus are doing? That seems so bizarre.
I cannot comment because that is the one role I absolutely will not play.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm looking it up. Okay, it is. Over half of Amumus are running Conqueror. I guess it makes sense. He stacks it fast.
I guess that's true. The other person that has it right now is the Samira. So,
because
that's pretty standard.
Like running Aftershock on Amumu, I don't know. Like you proc it. Aftershock on junglers doesn't feel great because it's kind of for like for tank supports, it's really nice because you can go in and proc it right and get a good trade and then get out. But when you're ganking, like that's why Gale Force is so good on junglers, right? It's like a decent long cooldown, but it gives you so much ganking power. And so like, it's a sudden like burst of power in that gank. And so taking like Aftershock as a Mumu, it really doesn't make your gank any better. It's like, I'm tankier, but I'm ganking you, so why is that? It usually doesn't end up mattering. So it's kind of just for team fighting.
Also, just a Mumu gank pre-6 is pretty
Yeah.
very dependent on the Q landing. So that's what it is. The other ones seems to be pretty standard. Kind of interesting both. Okay, we are unpaused.
Oh, God bless.
This is very exciting. I guess we should kind of recap where we are in this game, maybe?
Wow, this is
But
great.
we did end a 25-minute pause.
The champions are moving again.
Game.
This is awesome.
Now maybe we can click on Ornn to find out how many stacks of grasp he has.
Okay.
Could be possible now. Not sure.
Ori did go Magi, so
I think that is to be expected. And probably look at all.
I'm hoping to
That
see
being
some
said, the red team does push down tier 1 in mid lane. Alright, we're just back at it.
Blue buff handoff. Karma's also going Staff of Flowing Water, which she did last game, and that seems good. Just a lot of AP, a lot of move speed.
Pretty sure it is what.
And all that.
Yeah, it is what the Leona hater player calls Moonstaff.
Yeah. Oh, the Leona.
Moonstone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that's definitely good. Playing for the team fight comp yet again. That being said, she is split in the top side right now. Maybe just trying to catch up on a bit more CS. Whereas it's a 2v4 in the mid lane. The Ornn and Pantheon and Hana are walking. Okay, Samira does have a dash. The Ornhorn is being called out, and they are not quite able to look for anyone there. Morgana does rotate faster than Karma. The game is retailed. I'm not sure if engaging would be what they're looking for here.
Yeah, when your Samira's that low, that's a difficult engage to look for.
Yeah, she does have lifesteal, and she is.
She's healed up now.
Nothing actually came out of it. It was a disengaging Ornn ult, and that's okay.
Yeah, should end up being fine. It's already a third off cooldown, so it's getting there.
Yeah, the teams are just dancing a little bit because the next major objective, the ocean, the Drake doesn't spawn for another almost 3 minutes. The teams are just gonna reset. The Karma continues to try to push a little bit on the top side, and Ornn's actually opting to stay flat here. Against the Orianna. Could be a little difficult. And Samira's taking chickens.
Yeah, seems like it'll be some farming up till Dragon. Doesn't seem like either team. They might posture around Baron a little bit here, but it's unlikely either will really commit to it. Red team actually does Baron quite fast with the Vayne and a fed Ori, so
that is true.
Possibility does exist.
But it's one of those, if blue side is, you know, outnumbered, then it's a good Baron.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a throw of a Baron. Like, you could do it, but a little bit risky.
Would have to catch them sleeping.
Yeah, but that's why Freya's doing a really good job trying to get some wards. Just making sure they don't lose control over that Baron. Top scuttle is secured by red though, so. Players are just continuously pushing.
Dragon in a minute.
Yep, and we see that players are resetting. The Vayne's actually recalling as well. Doesn't seem like she's gonna hit second item quite yet. The Ornn upgrades will be coming in soon. He is level 13 now. So that's very exciting.
He got himself that upgraded mythic for himself. It's good.
Yep, the Ornn items, we'll see how much more they're able to do.
These CS numbers are quite bizarre, because like Orianna and Ornn are actually matched pretty well, and so are like Morgana and Karma. It's just
I guess that's true.
Yeah, the lanes are
Flipped.
offset. Yeah, they're pretty skewed.
So it's kind of interesting to see how they approach this dragon fight. The Morgana cube, the Dark Binding does land, but it does nothing to the Galio.
Another
Turbo
one.
Chem. Yep, Turbo
Same
Chem
result.
tank some more. Yep.
Yeah, he's not too scared of
Yeah,
those.
she really
Oh,
had
Pantheon
very
actually ended up
good.
going Merc Treads. Let's go.
I guess
My-
someone's
my
listening
man.
to our stream.
My man.
Definitely a better boost here.
Shouts to you, Pantheon.
It's okay, as long as you correct your mistakes early.
That's true.
At the end of the world, you know?
It's all about learning from your mistakes.
I don't think it costs that much
Oh.
to switch, but it does look like the Orc looking for an engage. The catch is
Amumu,
going to
oh,
be
huge.
tank with. The Amumu R does catch 3 members, the Galio's gonna R in to do some more, but no one has died yet in this fight.
Yeah,
First
the Samira all
will
cancelled.
be... Leona's trying to do some disengage, but that's not going to be quite enough as she is just rooted in place by the Karma. The Samira falling definitely just means that Usai can't really contest the fight here. Oh, the Karma are buff damage actually. It's enough to just
Galio is
get over the
hungry
wall.
here.
Galio was looking, but not quite able to find it. The Amumu is popping off this game. I would
Yeah.
agree with chat.
Yeah, it's just not much you can do against Flash Moon Ult. Not much you can do.
Yeah, I was a little bit... I'm not sure if worried is the right word, but the Amumu was kind of residing onto the back line, and the fight was pretty separated right there. So I
Yeah.
wasn't quite sure at the beginning if they were able to focus down the carries on Cattle Queens, but it seems like they were. The Amumu into Galio R is just very hard to deal with.
Yeah,
And
it's
they will
pretty unfair.
They will also
rough.
secure Baron for themselves, and not Cattle Queens. Fashion Rats is on soul point at this point. And it is going to be a mountain soul, so that just makes killing them even harder.
Yeah, Staff of Flowing Water done here.
That's pretty big, Moonstaff.
Yeah, Moon Staff.
Okay, that kind of bugged for a second. It felt like Vayne just lost her mythic for a second right there. But she is on 2 items now, and so is Samira, but opting for Collector. Leona is... This is the...
Yeah, this is a good
Okay,
pick.
so-
That's good.
Yep, that's what they're trying to go for, and they also take away one of the Baron buffs, so that's definitely a good play right there. Unfortunate the Leona got the kill, but I'm not sure if Pantheon having it would really be much better, actually.
Yeah, the Mumu already back up. Team fighting is just so impossible for Cattle Queens up against this.
Yeah, it is also true that with Baron buff, it's hard for them to be split pushing. Ornn is
Yeah.
trying. They're opting for this 4-1 comp right here.
Yeah, I think that's what I call it. That pick on Karma, while the gold doesn't matter that much from it, it relieves so much pressure. This Baron is probably half gone already with how much waiting around they've had to do for Karma to respawn.
Probably for another 2 minutes. Is it 2:30 that Baron dies?
I think so. I don't know if Baron respawn 7 minutes? I don't know.
Well, here we are. They're gonna threaten this tier 2 mid turret. And that cannon minion's just doing so much work. Luckily they have some range to deal with it. But the Ornn is walking back mid again. Not looking for the flank here, and that's probably a good call. They're not
Yeah.
looking to fight with Baron buff.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you're pretty happy with how this has played out. If you're Cattle Queens, I don't even know if Red Team has secured a turret. Fashion Rats have secured a turret with this Baron yet. It's just
Nope, I think they've just been clearing mid,
Yeah.
clearing mid. And they got a pick top, so there wasn't any pressure on the side really.
Samira
But the Karma-
feels comfortable grabbing like this top wave here. Like they don't even feel like they need her here to defend this.
Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. It is true the Morgana W does quite a bit of damage,
Mhm.
especially to the back minions.
Yeah.
So-
Big Orion ult.
The big R, there is going to be Zhonya's being used, and that doesn't quite save the Morgana, unfortunately, and we will see another wall combo coming out from
Oh,
Team Fashion
yeah,
Wrath, and that's gonna result in 4 kills.
That should
Samira
wrap
being the
it
only
up.
one standing alive. That is definitely very difficult. There is no longer Baron buff, but that doesn't really help the case.
Yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of Samira 1v5 clips, but I'm not sure she can pull it off here. This
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the right play.
okay, they are going for the
Imamu is tanking, but that's not really harming his health
okay,
right
yeah,
now.
they should be able to wrap this up. Ooh, yeah, they're good. There's some indecision with looking towards the top in him, but respawns.
Yeah, they thought about it. The Leona is going to focus down on the squishy targets first. The Pantheon is actually shielding a lot of damage. The stream is stuck on my screen.
Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so you should type in chat what you think's gonna happen, and then we can find out who's right. It'll be like a little mystery game. It'll be awesome.
It's a little mystery game. Nobody knows. I think this is the best ending we'll ever get.
The client is. The stream is just.
You know, does the winner really matter? This is kind of about the, you know, the journey more than the ending. I think so.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true here.
I think
I'll
this
just-
is just. We should just put like an inspirational quote up on the screen and call it.
I think the Nexus exploded.
I do think the Nexus exploded from the friends list looking, but yeah, type your predictions.
No, I don't think.
Nexus? Who's Nexus, chat? Who's
Don't-
Nexus exploded?
I don't think we're gonna get anything else. I think this is the end of the replay.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we've had more streams where the Nexus never exploded than the other way around.
I like a good mystery, so.
It's open ended.
Yeah, find out on next episode of. If only we were organized enough, we would tell you when the next stream is, so we haven't quite
We need-
decided.
Cliffhangers are really. They're kind of, you know.
Yeah,
we
show
all
up
need
to
to
the
use them
next
here and there.
stream.
It was a
Be
defeat,
here for the next stream.
but we don't know for whom. Who defeat?
Yes, on my screen it shows defeat at 29 minutes and 15 seconds. They scale. I guess that's true. If you're a Ornn Mythic upgrade believer, you just ruined the surprise, Ben. That's okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging in with all of us. This is a little bit of a mess and a long one.
That's a long one.
We'll be back with another Plat game and another Golden Below game later this week. TBD, probably towards the weekend. But this will be a win for Fashion Rats. So props to them.
Reverse sleep did happen.
It did. It was a
True,
long
true.
one.
Well, mostly because of delay, not the game, but.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye, everybody.